Hello everyone and welcome to Saturn Gaming. This is something I've been very excited to do. I've been putting it off, but since the inception of my channel, back in, 2013, 2012, something like that, I've always wanted to do this. This is one of my favorite games of all time. Fire Emblem, The Sacred Stones for the Game Boy Advance. I wouldn't say it's an amazing game. Even by today's standards, it's not. Well, even at the time it came out, it had decent graphics. Like the Game Boy Advance had pretty good graphics. I know it might look a little blurry on the computer, what you're seeing, but for the time they blew me away when I was younger. This is the second game of the Fire Emblem series that came to North America. As I'm sure a few of you know, it was more popular in Japan. It never really caught wind in North America until it first came over as just Fire Emblem. But it was actually Fire Emblem 7 when it came over. So this is Fire Emblem 8, technically speaking, in the chronology. The thing with Fire Emblem, it's a tactical war game. As you can see, there's different units that are getting displayed up on the screen. They have different abilities. It's based on stats. You move them around a map. It's kind of like a chess game. Not quite as technical as a chess game, but it's pretty good. So Fire Emblem Sacred Stones. It's honestly probably one of the easier Fire Emblems. That being said, the side stories with the characters, just the story itself, honestly the story isn't even that amazing, but it really gripped me as a kid, and I want to share that experience and that excitement with you. I'm not going to spoil too much. If for anybody watching, if you've played this game, you know how cool this game can be, how fun it can be. You know, there's some things that are being displayed here probably shouldn't be, but so ignore some of those things that you saw, but basically, this game takes place in the continent of Magvel, and it's a pretty short story, but it's got, like I said, amazing characters. This is one of my favorite games of all time, I would say. And yeah, let's do it. There are two routes you can do in this, for either Erica or Ephraim. They're the main lords in this game. We'll probably do Erica's route first, followed by Ephraim, and it's a little bit better narratively to do it that way, in my opinion. So, what was cool about Fire Emblem is you had sound room right off the hop. So anything we've already heard, it gets recorded. No joke, I had a Game Boy Advance cartridge of this, and I completed this 100%. Like, we're talking all the supports, all the music, both modes on hard mode, like the ultimate level of difficulty. So, we're going to start a new game. We're going to do difficult, or hard mode. It's for players seeking a real challenge. No instructions are given, and difficulty is set to high. I am a vet on this. I'm probably going to eat my words saying that, but yeah, amazing story. Please tell me if my voice acting is terrible when I come to some of these characters, but honestly, I'm so excited. This is an amazing series. It's really worth a playthrough. If you haven't played it and you don't want anything spoiled, go play it now. But if you've played the game and you want a little nostalgic take on it, I suggest watching this playthrough. So, welcome everyone to Saturn Gaming. Let's do this. Difficult. And yeah, we'll take the top slot. Prologue, The Fall of Renais. Let's do it. In an age-long past, evil flooded over the land. Creatures awash in the dark tide ran wild, pushing mankind to the brink of annihilation. In its despair, mankind appealed to the heavens, and from a blinding light came hope. The Sacred Stones. These 5 glorious treasures held the power to dispel evil. The hero Grotto and his warriors used the Sacred Stones to combat evil's darkness. They defeated the Demon King and sealed his soul away within the stones. With the darkness imprisoned, peace returned to Magvel. But this peace would not last. The continent of Magvel. For some 800 years, a quiet peace reigned in the absence of the terrible darkness. The sacred stones have been passed down from generation to generation. Nations have been built around their power and their legacy. The kingdom of Renais ruled by Fado, the peerless warrior king. The Kingdom of Freelia, ruled by Hayden, the venerable sage king. The Kingdom of Johanna, ruled by Ismare, Queen of the White Dunes. Very desert-like place. The Theocracy of Roston, ruled by Mansell, the Divine Emperor. It's kind of your religious center of Magvel. The Grado Empire, ruled by Vigard, the stalwart Silent Emperor. Huge, massive territory. Remember, the hero Grado is the big leader of the group that beat the Demon King. So that's why they kind of inherited most of the wealth of the continent. These 5 countries house the power of the Sacred Stones. They are joined by the emerging mercantile republic of Carsino. Kind of a group of merchants. No Sacred Stone power there. In these times of peace, tales of past conflict have drifted into legend. Backstory on Fire Emblem, guys, I should have explained. Fire Emblem is very much a game about geopolitical issues that happen in fantasy worlds. You command units. Usually you're trying to defeat different nations or armies. And it's made by intelligence systems, as you saw at the start. Think of the Advance Wars series. They basically built off of the success of the Advance Wars series. Not called Advance Wars, they were called Famicom Wars back in the early history of Nintendo, back when the Famicom system. So they built on that, and they developed Fire Emblem. That's where you got Marth. That's the original Fire Emblem. And if anybody knows that, Fire Emblem's very much a game about you have a group of soldiers. The big draw with this game is that when a unit dies, it's dead for good. Now that's changed in modern interpretations, but everything you do really matters. Your strategy does matter. And I'd like to do a playthrough where we don't lose anybody. I will reset a chapter if I lose somebody. I won't show you all the footage if I have a bad chapter, but I'll show you just the highlights and what goes down. Anyway, back to the story. In these times of peace, tales of past conflict have drifted into legend. And memories of the ancient dark arts have all but evaporated. So it's been quite a while. It's been peaceful. The dark arts have been pushed away. There's no more... the Demon King is just a legend at this point. It is now the year 803. In an instant, the whole of Magvel is threatened by an unexpected atrocity. The Grado Empire, the largest of the Sacred Stone nations, has invaded the kingdom of Renais under orders from Emperor Vigard. A longtime ally of Grado, Renais is caught off guard, unable to mount any resistance. Grado's forces move quickly, seizing one territory after another. Compounding King Fado's worries, his son, Prince Ephraim, has gone missing. Grado's momentum carries its armies to the gates of Castle Renais itself. Renais will fall. It is inevitable. Prologue. Prologue, the fall of Renais. So kind of like, not chapter 1, but right at the start. Renais Castle. Your Majesty, I bear bad news. The castle gate has been breached. Emperor Vigard's forces are within the castle walls. I should really let it read out before I do it. I understand. The garrison has fallen. We've lost contact with Prince Ephraim and can expect no aid from his men. Your Majesty, what are we to do? What else can we do? Order your men to lay down their weapons. Man, honestly, some of this I'm gonna remember like the text word for word. I used to play this all the time as a kid. Like, replayed it a million times. Father, this is gonna be one of our heroes. Her name is Princess Erica. Gonna be one of our lords we play as. Erica, are you wearing the bracelet I gave you? Yes, I have it right here. Good. Seth. Yes, Your Majesty. Take Erica and head for Frelia. King Hayden is an honorable man. I trust he will keep you safe. Understood. And what of Your Majesty? Me? I shall remain here. We have long held Grotto among our dearest allies, yet now they attack? This was totally a surprise for them. They've been friends for years, great relationships. It doesn't make any sense for this to have happened. I must know why. Am I somehow responsible for this? Have I erred in my leadership? Yeah, I'd be thinking this too. Your nation's about to be destroyed, and like your friend is attacking you. Like, what happened? Renais is mine to guide. How could I have failed her so? Father, you can't stay. You mustn't. If you remain behind, then so shall I. Go now, Seth. Ride. Take her to safety. Father! Forgive me, Your Majesty. Red units are enemies. Grotto's forces are here. Ephraim, Erica, you must survive. General Seth! Franz, ride ahead and bring word of our coming to Frelia. A single rider has better odds of passing unseen by Grotto's men. Convey to the throne all that has happened here and petition for reinforcements. Ah, understood. Princess Erica, we must... Quickly, behind me! You there, with the girl. Tell me, would that be the wayward Princess of Renais? Well, this must be my lucky day. You're a dead man. The wench goes with me. Never. I am Walter, the Moonstone, Grotto's finest general. And you're just a corpse who does not know he is dead. So you can kind of see the stats there. I'll show you guys better in another playthrough though, when we fight later. Ah! No! So he runs off. Such terrible wounds, and still he holds to his duty? How entertaining. Fly away, little man, fly away, try to outrun death. More time to savor the hunt and the kill. So that's Walter. He's a pretty sadistic, messed up general for the Grotto Empire. Princess Erica, this way. I can see no more of Grotto's men. If we've made it this far, we've surely earned a moment's rest. Please forgive my grabbing you so brusquely earlier. Don't be foolish, Seth. If it weren't for you, I would never have made it out of the castle. Basically, Seth grabbed her forcefully to get her out of there because she did not want to leave her dad. But he had to do it. He was ordered to do it. If she stayed around, who knows what would have happened. You are the reason I'm still alive. You have my gratitude. And whatever that man was, or whoever that man was, he was clearly after me. It's my fault that you received such a grave wound. Allow me to treat it. Your Highness, I can't allow an injury like this to be an obstacle. We have more important matters to attend to. We must press on to Frelia. We must fulfill His Majesty's wishes. I wonder how my father fares alone in the castle. Do you think he's safe? And what of my brother on the Grotto front? We've heard nothing from him for days. King Fado and Prince Ephraim are both valiant and brave men. I doubt even the might of the Grotto Empire can hold them in check. More important to me, Your Highness, is that you look to your own safety. How sad the two of them would be if something were to happen to you. We must reach Frelia to ensure the day of your happy reunion. Seth being an optimist. Yes, of course, you're right. Until I'm reunited with my father and brother, I must not despair. Come, Seth, let us go. Once we cross that bridge, we will be in Frelia near border Mulan. Mulan! Mulan! Let us proceed, Princess Erica. Your Highness, I won't lie to you. This will not be an easy ride. Please take this rapier if something should happen to me. You must continue to Frelia alone if need be. That's like a classic weapon for a lord. Especially for the GBA Fire Emblems. You there, Renais dogs, where do you think you're going? Grotto's men. Stand back, Princess Erica. It's alright, Seth. My brother has taught me something of swordplay. I will stand with you. So, little trivia. Your boy, yours truly, Rex Saturn, actually did a little fencing in university. I fought with a rapier as well. It's pretty fun. I did épée fighting. Épée, which is like the basic form of fencing. So, there's like saber, and there's another. I forget the other version of it, but we'll keep animation with backgrounds, game speed fast, text speed, probably normal so I can control it better. Terrain, yeah, we want to see the terrain. We want to see all of this information. Do we want detailed? We might go detailed, but I don't want the easy help on. Auto cursor, yes. Auto end turns. That's good. We want the music, and we gotta go black color. Okay, so let me just make sure I got my buttons correct. That's not right. Okay, so there's my button. So, O'Neill, a troop leader in Grotto's army. These Fire Emblem works on stats, so there's different stats that do different things, and there's different weapons. Weapons have advantages, so sword beats axe, axe beats lance, and lance beats sword. Bow is kind of just neutral, but bowmen cannot attack when they are directly beside a unit, so that's their kind of their disadvantage. There's also magic, right? So if you look at our units, the Princess of the Kingdom of Renais, she's elegant and kind. She's only got an E level. The highest level is S for any weapon type, and you can only have S in one weapon group. Seth, a young commander of Renais, he's calm, composed, and skilled. He's an advanced unit. He's what we call a Jagan archetype. Comes from the very first game, Jagan the Paladin, that came in the very first Fire Emblem. It's kind of like a really advanced unit that starts with you so he can help you carry the group. So he comes at level A already. We're going to level him up in Lance. He's actually... there's many runs where he's kind of a broken unit. So let's just get ready with Erica. We'll put Seth beside her, because I actually want to have them support. So supports are... We'll explain that later, but let's just see how this goes. So here's the first kind of combat. Enemy had a 39 chance to hit with a 9 attack. We hit for 100%. Looks like we double. We did 7 damage times 2, right? With a crit chance of 14. So it's a lot of... this will show you a lot better here. So if I choose a rapier, so this gives you a little more idea what's going on. So unit hit points, this is our HP. Right, MT is damage this weapon will do. Times 2 means you'll have 2 attacks, or times 4 is 4. Some weapons give you times 4 attack. This is your chance that you're going to hit. And then crit. Chance a weapon will strike a crit. A crit basically does triple damage, and then it shows the weapons they use. So we have a good shot here. It is hard mode, so I've learned from experience it's better to just wait and let them try to attack. Seth is actually injured. I'm not going to use a Volunary right now. A Volunary would give him plus 10 HP. Let's just see how this goes. Okay, pretty good so far. Oh, there's a crit. Boom! Princess Erica. We want Erica to gain levels here. Okay. Okay. So because it's hard mode, there's a higher chance they're going to hit us at a lower... like 40% isn't actually 40% in this run. So we'll just heal up and we'll end the turn. Princess Erica, boom! Way to go. All that's left is their leader. So, another thing with Fire Emblem. If you look at the bottom left corner, you'll see there's a word that says plain with defense and avoid. Terrain gives you advantages. Most units can't climb mountains or peaks, they give you a great avoid. But we can go in this bush and give us a little more avoid. That means he's got a 20% less chance to hit us if we're in this bush, and our defense goes up by 1 point. So we're gonna wait in the bush. We'll put Seth near Erica. Let's wait for O'Neill. What was that? Do you think you can take me, wretched lordling? Come, it's time you high mighty knights learn to respect a true warrior. You will be the first to die. Oh, he's got no chance to hit us. Crit! Boom! Princess Erica! Whoa! And we get a level up. Good, we got some... That was a great level up. Good strength. Erica's actually a weaker unit, but what she excels in is skill and speed, so she basically never gets hit. Princess, are you injured? What? Oh no. I'm fine, Seth. Well, you look so pale. Fine. Fine. This is war, isn't it? This is the first time that Erica's ever had to take a life. She's had training as a royal, but she's never actually had to be in combat. So imagine the reality. I cannot imagine this. I've never done this, and I'm sure most of you haven't either. You've never had to be in war and have to kill someone. This is what's... Like, Fire Emblem does glorify, to a degree, war, but it also tries to bring things down to a reality. Like, it's gruesome and bloody, and you're going to see that in the next little dialogue. One of the reasons I love Sacred Stones. It's not at all like the games I used to play with my brother or lie on. I never thought... I didn't know it would be this savage. Are words useless? Is strength all that matters? It's so sad. Why would the Grotto Empire do this? To what end would they start a war? Princess. Don't worry, Seth, I won't give in to sorrow. Let's get moving. I'm not broken, and I won't stop until I see Renais restored. I won't stop until I'm reunited with my father and brother. And that is Chapter 1, ladies and gentlemen. Or Prologue, the start of our game. Thanks for watching Saturn Gaming. A little bit longer of an episode, but I hope you enjoyed it. I plan to be putting out another episode soon. Comment, like, and subscribe below. Tell me what you want to see. If you want to do Ephraim's route first, let me know. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.